Queen here again. Life after money. Am I look a bit flushed? Am I flushed? I've just come out of the bath. It was nice. When I was a little kid at home, we always had our baths at night before bedtime. And I think that's sort of like a tradition. But I like my baths in the middle of the day. Because, I don't know why, because it means you can make it a bit more of an occasion. And you've got time to just lie there and relax. And soak. I like a good soak. So I'm all scrubbed up, nice and clean. And I haven't got a coffee because I've got water. I've got water today, and after I finish this I'm going to be eating my lunch. It's a bit of a late lunch actually, it's 20 minutes to 2 and it's sunny outside, so I need to get on with things. I need to go out. And so I've got some water. Have you got a drink? You can have any drink you like. You can have a coffee if you like. But I'm just going to sip this water before I eat my lunch. So what's the subject? What are we going to talk about today? Well, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll talk about it again. And I was just thinking today that screens, you know, the little phone things that people carry around with, not the big screen but the little ones. Well, you know, I've only got a little Nokia and it doesn't really do much at all. It's just phone calls and texts. But I'm just thinking about people that walk around holding these things in their hands, and what I've come up with is it's actually robbing people's of their common sense, of their ability to think for themselves, because any time they want to know something they just look at the screen. Yeah, it's good for information, yeah, I'm not knocking that, but every little excuse, it seems to be every little excuse is to look at the screen. And they seem to have an inability to work things out for themselves, because it's too easy to just ask. Now, on the Facebook page this morning, people quite often come along there and say, ask questions. And the question asked most is the post office open today? Now, our post office has been in the church for about 4 years, maybe 5 years, and it comes 3 mornings a week. And there are posters about, and there are little leaflets that people can pick up, and you would think that they have got used to it by now, but no. About 2 or 3 times a week people come on the Facebook page, is our post office open? Well, why is it beyond some people's common sense to get the times that they are open, write on a bit of paper, fridge magnet on the fridge? There it is, a bit of planning, you know. But why don't people do that? I can't understand. And another question, which bin do I put out? Well, we've all been given lists that we put, well, I put mine in the kitchen drawer because it's there, you know, dates on, which bins on which dates. Easy. And then we got people coming on the page saying, which bin is it today or tomorrow? Oh dear me, I don't know. And there seems to be apps for everything. I saw an advertisement for an app. I think that's application, is it? Well, I don't know. But anyway, you can now have an app on your phone, and your dog then wears a collar which is connected to that app on the phone, and it picks up a signal from the collar to the phone, and so you can monitor whether your dog wants to come in and out of a door. Like, shall I let the dog in, or shall I let the dog out? You know, shouldn't people be taking notice of what their dogs are actually doing? You know, I mean, yes, if they're away from the home, they have to keep it safe in a room. But when they're in the house, you know, like I'm up and down all the time for my cats, you know, do they want to come in? Do they want to go out? Now they've got an app to let the dog out. Oh dear. So monitoring your dog's movements through a little thingy on its collar, and it comes up on your phone. Another reason why you've got to have the phone in your hand. I'm just worried that people are relying too much on these things. Like, when a new design comes out, a new model, a new upgrade, a new this, a new that, they've got to update their phone and have the latest model. Do you think it's becoming an addiction? I do. I think people are actually addicted to it. This thing that they're walking around with is their brain. They've actually shut off their brain inside their head and transferred it to this gadget. So now their brain is implanted into this gadget. They've forgotten how to use their own brain. Oh dear, am I just an old person not quite getting it? So they walk around with a brain in their hand, so that is their connection to everything that's going on around them. So they don't actually use their eyes for seeing. They need to look at a screen to see what's going on. So I'm like looking at the window so I can see people going by. When I'm walking outside, I'm looking all around me because I get pleasure from that. And if you close your eyes to what is actually visible in the real world, then you are under the control of that. That is controlling you. And people are going along with it. So when a new model comes out, they have to go and queue, like, for a couple of days all around the Apple store and camp out to get the new latest thing. Now, it makes me think, who is the mug? Who is the mug here? You know, and think about who is making money out of people that are addicted. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? It's the makers of, it's big tech, it's Silicon Valley, it's big tech, it's in California mainly, and they know when they've got people hooked. They churn out these things and put them out there on the market, you know, and then of course the money comes piling in. I've been having a look at who are the richest people in the world, and it's all big tech. It is. And so it's the feeding of an addiction. It's like they're no better than backstreet drug pushers who go around knocking on doors, you know, or wandering around the town centre, getting people addicted on their crack, whatever it is. They're making the money out of addicts. Well, big tech is no different to that. They are the vultures, and they are after power, and they have got power. They've got the power because we're giving it to them, and people can't see that. Oh. So yeah, screens, as I say, robbing people of their common sense so that they no longer have to think for themselves. They're relying on these gadgets. I call them gadgets. That's all they are, really. Press a few buttons, you know, and off you go, and implant your own brain into that, because you don't actually need a brain to think. Anyway, it's exhausting to think about that. Cheers. Have you got a drink? I better hurry up because I want to get out there in the sunshine, and I've got this to eat. Now, I make stew, a 3-day stew in a pan, and it's absolutely delicious. So, vegetable stew, of course. I do sometimes add a little bit of soya protein, but mainly vegetables. But what I've started to do is add one of these to it. Now, these are, I do have the from Aldi. I'm just trying to find the price. Here you are, pasta and sauce, 37 pence. Put all your vegetables in a pan, chop them up, cook them in water for, I don't know, 10 minutes, I always guess. And then when they've softened up, then mix that up with a bit of cold water in another bowl, add it to it, let it cook for, see, it says making minutes, let it cook for another 3 to 4 minutes, and it's lovely. So I'll just put these together and show you now what I am about to eat for my lunch. So 3 portions in a pan out of that with vegetables. This is me, Queen, Life After Money, and now look at the time. I've got to go, and I'm hungry for that. Now look at that. Delicious. This is me, Queen. Bye.